Welcome to DCL Talk Show. You're listening DCL Radio, and I quickly introduce our um, analysts and quickly jump into analysis part from last week games and then predictions. Welcome to show, Dinesh.
Oh, thank you, Jagan bro. Hello to all listeners and hello to fellow analysts. Looking forward to a great show with a couple of pretty good performances. Not sure if we should call them upsets, but pretty good performances from the so-called underrated teams.
I don't know what you mean by underrated teams.
Or
There's
lower-rated teams. Okay.
there's nothing called underrated in DCL.
Yes,
Anybody can
yes.
upset any team in DCL. That's the beauty of DCL.
Yep.
Welcome to show, MT.
Thank you, Jagan. Welcome to all our listeners to yet another episode of DCL talk show on DCL Radio. We are almost exactly in the mid of the season. Almost all teams almost playing 6 games, except for a few teams. But I think we're properly in the middle of the season, and some teams have already figured out their combinations. Some teams still trying to figure out, and I think the race to playoffs is well. Underway, and some teams are looking as clear winners at this point. Some teams are still trying to make that cutoff. So, looking forward to an exciting show today. We'll see the details and some exciting analysis.
I'll ask a quick question and we'll jump into the games. Okay. Which pool you guys think is running very tight? I'll start with Imti.
Well,
Pool wise, and
I,
we
I,
don't have
I
to
might
analyze
be
anything.
I might be biased, but I would say Pool B.
I think you are biased. Okay, Dinesh, your thoughts.
Oh yeah, same biased pool A.
Okay. Yeah. Then I have to give my bias too. Then
Yeah, go.
pool C.
Yeah, I think pretty much Pool C at the top, but Pool A and B, I think there's still proper contention for the top 6, 7 spots in both those pools. So that's why Pool A and B becomes interesting versus Pool C.
Yeah, yeah, I agree on that. And with that, we'll quickly jump into the games. Tonight, Imti will start the show with Pool A analysis, and Dinesh will do the buzz. Imti, all yours.
Yep. Thanks, Jagan. So starting off the Pool A games from last week, we'll start off with the Thunderbolts versus Canton Hurricanes. Our first game for tonight. I think this was supposedly it was supposed to be an even contest game, but somehow through the game, I think it kind of went one way. Canton Hurricanes batting first put up a good score, 106. Again, thanks to Amit Sivarai and Saadad Bashir. Amit Shirai top scoring with 36 runs, with 1, 4, and 4 sixers in that innings. A good strike rate of 140 plus. Then Sadat Bashir in the lower middle order, scoring a valuable 18 runs. Supported there for a bit by Hari Pallava, 9 runs, and then Subhak Raina and Najid Abdullah at the top, scoring some valuable runs. All in all, contributing to that 106. I think they had small partnerships through the innings, and that added up to that 106 total. Played the entire 25 overs. Good take mark there. And on the bowling front for Thunderbolts, I think the usual suspects: Deepak, Gautam, and Tayyab among the wickets there. But overall, I think it is kind of a par score there, 106. Both the teams might have been satisfied. Maybe a little bit higher on confidence. The batting team scoring 100 plus runs, so would be confident going into the second half. I think Thunderbolts, they did not get a good start, lost quick wickets. The first 3, 4 wickets, I think, fell quick and really couldn't pick up any momentum. Some resistance there from Riaz Kareem in the middle, scoring 10 runs, and then very low down the order, their captain Vinod Kumar trying to gain some resistance and score those runs, 19 runs from 21 balls. But uh, really couldn't really get that chase uh, and they got all out for 65, 24 overs, close to 24 overs. But I think the pick of the bowlers for Camden Hurricanes again, Amit Sivarai, both with bat and the ball, a star performer. 3 wickets there in his quota of 5 overs. Mohammad Ramzi, Sadat Bashir also chipping in with wickets. Overall, I think Camden Hurricanes will be very satisfied with this match because they had a few games where they lost their way, but coming back strong in this one and getting those 5 valuable points, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, so
and
that helped them.
yeah, and with
Yeah,
that, they climbed to sixth position.
Hmm.
right.
And
So they sit
yeah,
at number 6 now in the points table, well above Fighters and Hawks and Rising Stars.
yeah, yeah. There's a good competition uh, from starting from fifth to eighth or
Yeah,
ninth in that group. Yeah, see, in your group, the most liked game for me is Phantom versus Fighters. Uh, okay. So
absolutely. And that's the
yeah,
next game in our list. So I thought this game would have been more closely contested than what it looks on the scorecard. Based on I was following the scores that day, and I was really impressed the way the chase was being done. If you look at the details, right, Fighters who batted first scored a massive 153 runs, thanks to some good contributions in their batting from their opener Anil Balreddy, 31 from 31 balls, 3 sixers. Sainath Lachredigari staying not out, 47 from 45 balls, and Naveen Kumar Peddi, who scored 34 from 44 balls. All these innings almost close to run a ball, even though they did not have lot of boundaries and sixers, they still managed to score a score of well above 100 strike rate. 153 extras also contributing to the 22 extras, which in hindsight might have made the difference for Phantoms. But overall, I think what a game for Sainath. I think he came one down and he stayed there till the end. Support given by the other batsmen, and you cannot keep Sai out of the game for too long. And I think he's having a very good season so far, continuing his good form and helping the Fighters in their batting department very well here. Uh, Overall, a very good score, 153. Obviously, whenever you're putting up that massive score, always the chips are on your side. On the bowling front, Ranjit Kumar Pedi was the pick of the bowlers, picking 3 wickets. All other bowlers going for runs. Not much to talk about there, but I think it was just brilliant batting performance from Fighters to amass that score of 153. And then going into the second half, I was very much surprised with how Phantoms actually approached this game. They were very well in the game, in the chase, scoring that 153, chasing that 153. They were in the game almost until the 17th, 18th over, until Krishna Sadula was at the crease. Krishna Sadula, who came opening, scored 55 runs from 69 balls. Again, just 1 4 and 1 6. That tells you that his temperament there in the crease, wanted to stay there, wanted to win the game for Phantoms, but uh, he really couldn't make it till the end. I thought personally, if he had stayed till the end, I think Phantoms would definitely win this game. He was well supported with by Zafar and Zafar Muhammad and Manoj Naredullah in the middle, both scoring 17 runs apiece. And I think they had good partnerships. The first wicket partnership 44 runs, and then the third wicket partnership close to 40 runs, and then 20 odd runs for the next wicket. But I think once they lost Krishna Sadula, I think they kind of lost their way. They were well in the game, maybe the required rate was high, but I think they were still very well in the game. But I think Krishna Sadula's wicket made the difference, and unfortunate that he got run out, which I think could have been a very interesting moment in the game. If not for that, we would have maybe talked about it differently. But overall, they ended up at 121, falling short by 32 runs eventually. I think credit should be given to Krishna for this innings, even though they ended up on the losing side. But it was a very, very good game for Phantoms, and it will only add to their confidence. But on the other side, for Fighters, I think this is a very, very important win after their tie last week in the last game. I think this helps them get those points. uh, I think they got the 4 points here, if I'm not mistaken, and on the points table, also helping them to stay at that number 7, and some crucial games coming up for Fighters. So this is a very, very important win in that context. Anything to add?
I have nothing to add. I can say well played, Red Devils, but Fighters. This is not what I
Phantoms.
expected from.
Phantoms.
Well played Phantoms and Fighters. I'm talking about Fighters, and this is not what I expected from Fighters. So
When you say not expected, like on the
yeah,
bowling
that
side,
kind
or
of bowling side. That
okay.
that kind of bowling, it won't take them anywhere. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
actually, that is a good point you bring up, because Fighters in the earlier games, they have made some good bowling inroads. I think their bowling was better than their batting in the initial games, but now slowly, I think their bowling is subsiding. At least, like, again, nothing to worry as long as you're winning. I think these are okay. But the way that the bowling department started for Fighters, I think they need to get back into that rhythm to win more games.
True, true. Okay, the next game is Rising Stars versus MCC Miles.
Well, this game, again, Rising Stars surprising me. They won the toss and elected to bowl. Probably looking at the opponent roster, where some names were missing from MCC Miles, they might have thought they would take a risk and bowl first, get them out for a low scoring, and try to win this game chasing. But that did not happen for them. MCC Miles batted first, and some shuffle in the batting order, obviously due to the due to some regular names missing there. I don't see their regular keeper, uh, Brahma, and I did not see Sanjay play this game, and some other couple of names. But uh, uh, I, if we leave that fact out, I think even with the makeshift openers, they really couldn't get that start. Fania Duri at the stop stayed there for a long, long time. 29 runs from 69 balls, and he tried to stabilize the innings, play the anchor role. Uh, Not much support in the top order, but then Mahesh Kuchipudi and Sunil Somavarapu in the lower middle order contributing some valuable runs. 16 for Mahesh Kuchipudi, 20 for Sunil Somavarapu, quick fire 20 from 11, including two sixers, and then 12 extras adding, and all contributing towards that 93 runs. I think this was a good bowling effort from Rising Stars, to be honest, because if you take away that 12 extras and the lower middle order contribution, I think they had a good start to their bowling, where they kept MCC Miles well under control, did not let them go for a flyer. 93 from 25 overs is below par, considering MCC Miles with their batting strength. Rising Stars would have been definitely happy at halfway. If you look at the bowling for Rising Stars, Akshay Patel, Salman Salarzai picking a couple of wickets each, and then Prakash Chaudhary, Gopal Patel also among the wickets. But I think overall it was a decent performance, not that uh, uh, nobody running away with that bowling performance there, but I think it was a team effort to restrict the opponents to that 93. Going into the chase, Rising Stars 93 with the depleted MCC mile side, if I can call it that. Uh, should have fancied their chances, but they did not get the start that they were looking for. They lost uh, four quick wickets well within the 7 overs, and they really lost the track of that chase right at the beginning. Ravi Patel tried to stay there for a bit, 12 runs from 38 balls. Bhavin Patel 16 from 23. But that was really not helping their cause in any way. Probably the scoreboard pressure, again losing wickets on the way. Very low down the order, Harsh Bhagat stayed not out with 17, but really could not make them cross the line. They ended up getting all out, 21.4 overs, 77 runs. So they still had 3.2 overs left, and 20 odd runs to chase, 16 runs to chase. So if they had played out that 25 overs, it could have been uh, they could have easily chased down. That is what I'm thinking, because Harsh Bhagat was playing well. He just needed some support from the other folks.
So, I mean, you mentioned the word, par score. What do you
Hmm.
think is the par score in DCL, especially when chasing with with the kind of rules that we have, with the kind of ball that we have?
I would say 100.
Okay, so I was thinking anything below 120 is chaseable. You don't need a miracle, but you need a teamwork to chase that one. That's how I felt. At least 120 chaseable. Okay, Dinesh, you want to add
Right.
anything to that?
Yeah, I think pass score is 80 is what I would think, because once you hit that 100, you're going at a run rate of 4, right? If the power play doesn't go well, which usually the bowling team goes for the first 3 overs, right? Then the run rate shoots up to 5, and I think from there on, it is a catching game if you don't get a good start. So I'm thinking 80 to 100 is par, but anything above 100, I think, is a safer score to defend.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
again, we three have different opinions. You said 80, I said 100, and Jagan said 120.
Yeah,
But again, to justify 100, what I'm
100.
saying is
Yeah,
like earlier,
perfect.
2 3
Agreed.
years ago, if 100 was scored by a team batting first, the second team that was batting would almost like 50 to 60% kind of uh, go into the chase, expecting a miracle for that to happen, right? But then
Mm.
in the last 2 3 years, we have seen some good scores, some good chases, and even this season, I think if I'm not mistaken, I have seen at least 10 to 12 games where 100 plus runs have been chased.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
chasing 100 is not difficult, like Jagan mentioned, but I think 100 is the kind of that score where team batting first would definitely want to cross that as a first target
Yeah.
for winning the game.
Yeah, so I that's what I think. Pretty much, few teams are bowling heavy, right? I think bowling heavy teams, if they concede 100, I think that's sort of a tough chase for them, is how I see it. So that's what I meant. This all personal, from personal experience from the season. Yeah.
I thought so when you said 80, probably I thought you misheard me. Easy score to chase. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Again, anything below 80 is difficult to chase. Low score that becomes low
good.
score. Okay.
True, true, true,
Okay.
true.
Sorry, Imti. Please go ahead.
Good, good.
No, I think I was almost done with the game. So just talking about the bowling performances for MCC Miles, I think they just had a field day here, letting at least 8 bowlers roll their arms. Again, not sure if it was just a tactic or just try to unsettle the batsman there. Akash Reddy Patpi, I'm guessing he's Abhilash Reddy's brother. Looking at the last name, he was pick of the bowlers with 3 wickets in his 2 overs. But then Ravi Teja Mita also, Ravi Teja and Aditya Nalan also picking up 2 wickets each. I think overall they had a decent outing with the bowling. They had let down in the batting, if I can say that. But all in all, I think a win is a win, and MCC Miles will take those 5 points. And also looking at the points table, I think this is also a very important win for MCC Miles in the context of the game. And now they sit pretty at number 4 with halfway through the season.
Okay. The
Okay.
next one probably. Uh,
So I was surprised when you assigned this game to me, because I thought this was a buzz game, or at least eligible as a buzz game. Uh,
in what way it is buzz
KRC
game? For KRCC or Royal Honkars? You have to tell me
for
that.
DCL, because you get the first century of the season and a first bashing or a huge monster score from
Yeah.
a team. So in that
Actually,
way,
I was in several conversations. I mean, WhatsApp conversations on that day.
Mhm.
Everybody was thinking that Oni will end up scoring first double century. So
Oh,
yes,
just and
yes.
on the flip side, I heard Oni was dropped at least 6 7 times in that match,
oh, shoot.
and
I
some
heard
of
that too. I did not hear the number of times he was dropped, but I did
mm,
hear that he was dropped, and given chances very early in his innings.
Early, yeah, yeah.
But then
Actually,
you don't. Yeah, go ahead.
actually, my friend called me this afternoon, and in his bowling, they dropped him 2 times. That's what I was. He told me.
Okay.
So very first ball, he gave a catch, and which was a sitter dropped, and okay. In the second, he got opportunity to bowl only 2 overs, and he considered around 38 runs or something like that. And he got so scared that what I'm going to talk on the radio. So yeah.
Yes. So again, even in last week, I think we talked about Royal Hunkars, right? They need to improve their fielding. I think this was a comment coming from their own team
Hmm.
member, right, last week. So I think that kind of paid a heavy price in this game. And it was right line. You don't give chances to players like Tamim Moni. We also gave him a chance in last year's final, but
Yeah.
fortunately, it did not prove costly for us. But yeah, players like Tamim Moni, Jasneet, or for that matter, like Hemant, you don't give them chances. Like they will just eat you alive if you give them chances because they are capable of scoring those massive runs.
True.
Looking at this game again, like very not taking away anything from KRCC, but I think it was Royal Hunkars that gave KRCC this opportunity to give break some records here. KRCC batting first scored a monstrous 218 for three, probably in the top five scores of team scores for DCL, one of the top five. Um 218 for three. Just again, Yogesh Mittal was also outstanding, not out with unbeaten 50 runs from 71 balls, two fours and one sixers. I think Yogesh Mittal uh, he played the game of his life,
Hmm.
but unfortunately overshadowed by Tamimoni's huge century.
Correct. I
So
agree.
Tamimoni there, 145 runs from 69 balls, two fours and 18
18
sixers.
sixes. Yeah.
I believe that would be definitely the highest number of sixers in a single game from a single player. So
In
again,
even in the history of cricket, I think that's the highest. Did anybody score more than 18?
well,
We have
that
to check.
that would be debatable again from for our A-list cricket. I think at least from DCL purposes, that is definitely the highest,
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking.
I don't think
Uh,
that say anybody can beat that record near soon.
right. Again, like when I was following the score, Tamimoni reached 100 around like 40 balls. He kind of slowed down in the second after that 100. Again, could be tiredness or playing for that long and. But at one point, KRCC was looking to score well close to 250, but somehow the scoring kind of fell back. But again, overall, it was a great batting display for sure from KRCC, and we know them for their batting might, and they have proved why they are the champions. But again, kudos to Yogesh. Congratulations for that unbeaten 50. And congratulations to Tamim Oni for the first century of this season, 145. And it will be a big challenge for any other batsman to kind of beat that in this season, is what I'm thinking. One more thing that I want to highlight, the second wicket partnership between Yogesh and Tamim, 195 runs. And I probably could go on record and say I think this is the highest partnership for DCL
Highest,
for
yeah,
any wicket.
yeah,
So
you're right.
those were some records that were created in this game. And on the bowling side, again, eight bowlers used, everybody going for runs. Pick of the bowler Srikanth Ramanathan, who picked two wickets in his 5 overs, and I think he was the lowest economical. He was the most economical bowler in that bowling scorecard. Uh, Again, it was a proper thrashing, if I can say that. Sorry, but Royal Hunkars, I think, fell on the wrong side or woke up on the wrong side of the bed this day. So, going into the chase, obviously, Royal Hunkars, a new team, really. I don't think even Royal Hunkars gave any chance for themselves in this game. They did some shuffling with their batting order, is what I'm thinking, because I see some names coming lower in the order, which were batting the first half of their lineup. One game that I umpired, I thought they had a couple of good batsmen, but none of them clicking in this game. And very low down the order, Dhanraj Chelimela scored 9 runs, and then some valuable runs in the end, but not helping at all for any of the chase. If not for that partnership for the ninth and 10th over, I think they were at 8 wickets for 10 runs at one point, and they somehow managed to crawl onto 34 and played 13 overs. So overall, a very bad day for Royal Hunkers. Would like to forget this as soon as possible, but I think you have an important lesson in this game, which you already know. Fielding will Improving your fielding will take you leaps and bounds, and your performance will show better. Is what I'm thinking, because you have the bowling capabilities, you have the batting capabilities. You just need that fielding to come out and complement the other departments. So overall, a very good game, helping KRCC to boost their net run rate, sitting top of the table, and definitely looking one of the contenders again, favorites for this season.
Okay, then we'll quickly jump into our buzz game from Pool A, which is Red Devils versus MI Rangers.
Okay. So I'm going to quickly add to that. So the most sixes in an innings is held by Ian Morgan with 17 sixes against Afghanistan. That's ODI. That's 17 sixes. That's 17, right?
Okay.
So 16 by Roth, ABD, and Chris Gale in one days, and another 16 by Hazratullah Zazai, right, from Afghanistan. That's in T20. So that's for the records. Okay.
So T20s is what, 16?
So, okay, one quick word. T20 is 16. Hasratullah
Okay.
Zazai, I think he's an
Okay.
Afghanistan batter, right? So
Afghanistan. Yep.
16, just
Okay.
for the records. Yeah, Afghanistan. Okay. So one quick thing about Royal Honkers, right? So I kept wickets for the highest score in DCL ever, I think, till date. That was like a couple of guys like Srini and Satya Kompala from Local Boys played that game, and I was keeping. And they are in Local Boys. Just forget the game and move on. So I know Royal Honkers are practicing hard. They're not taking it easy. So, hopefully it'll get better for them is what I wish. But congrats to KRCC. Anyways, okay. Coming to the bus game of the week, right? Probably MA Rangers was Red Devils. All analysts did vote for Red Devils, I think, last week when we predicted. But MA Rangers were able to pull it away. So congrats to MA Rangers. So they batted first. Lost quick wickets there, but good 37 runs partnership between Madhu and Radang. Then Radang and Siva had a 49-run partnership there. So if you ever wanted to look at how a middle order should contribute, probably the MI Rangers middle order batting is what you need to look at. So Radang 30 from 66 sort of anchored, and Madhu Kiran 27 out of 35, and Siva Kadapa had a wonderful game, 24 from 28. So they sort of went at about 80 strike rate, and Radang was the key there, anchoring the innings. So with 10 extras, they ended up with 109. From the bowling front, I think the big thing, this was a Sunday morning or an afternoon game. I'm not too sure. I think it was a Sunday morning game. One of the key components was missing. Not that they relied too much on him, but still, Swarna Rahul was missing for Red Devils. From the bowling front, Tanmay, Vivek, Satish, and Gagan, each of them picked a wicket each. That's about it. So maybe with what happened, having played against Red Devils, I think they would have been slightly disappointed with giving away 110, close to 110 runs there. But on the other front, is like nothing to be taken away from MA Rangers. Did play against them as well. A strong team. Did not think that it would be a cakewalk for Red Devils. So good score. A very competitive score, as we discussed earlier in the show. 109, not that easy to chase. You pretty much are going at more or less 5 runs and over from the beginning. So Red Devils, when they started, they did start off pretty good. So the partnerships were 29, 12, and 19, along with 10 for the top 4 wickets there. So So they did bat well. So Gagan 17 of 25, Rajat 19 of 28, Saumit 14 of 26. I think the key part here is like Siva Kadapa was the key chief destructor there with 4 wickets. But picking up Gagan did open up the doors, then got Saumit later on as well when they were trying to establish a partnership. So those two crucial breakthroughs from Siva Kadapa was the game changer was there for MI Rangers. So with 13 extras, nothing other than that to write about from the batting front. Like Chanakya, Vaibhav, and Uday, all of them tried to string something, but I think the pressure got to them, and MI Rangers won handsomely by 11 runs. Good win. So Sivakadappa, as I said, 4 wickets was the chief destructor there. Then a couple of wickets from Madhu Kiran and a wicket each for the rest of the bowlers. So congrats to MI Rangers.
Okay, I'll quickly jump into Pool B. See, frankly speaking, I didn't like any of these games except Local Boys versus Hitmen. Remaining all looked, uh, you know, total one-sided. And I'll start with Stars versus Cover Drive Cricket Club. This is we have two teams that haven't scored a point yet. One is Cover Drive Cricket Club. The other one is Dark Horses. Um, See, I can say in one sentence, I can say about this game with just two people. And I mean, I'm talking about Cover Drive Cricket Club uh, with two people scoring in double figures, with the highest between these two is 15 runs, and losing wickets from 14th over to 17th overs, losing 6 wickets, and prior to that, losing 4 wickets. And our own analyst Imtiaz, 4 overs. I mean, he didn't even bowl 4 overs, 3.3, giving away 6 runs, taking 3 wickets, out of which 4 are wides. Just if you take those 4 wides, you're talking about 2 runs there. And Anvesh, 4 overs, 4 runs, 1 wicket, and the Shashank giving out 13 runs in his 4 overs and taking 3 wickets, scoring 48 runs is a big score in my opinion. Okay, so and 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 in one more sentence, I can clearly close this one. The other sentence is two senior citizens opening for Stars, Vijay Matta and Hari Parankusham, and out of which Hari Parankusham scored. Sorry, Vijay Matta scoring 30 runs, run a ball, and and in this such a game, Hari, you know, scoring at a strike rate of 325, close to 325, and probably I'm thinking Cover Drive Cricket Club might have seen what it is called nightmare uh, um, playing in DCL against a good team, a great team. Okay, so that's where it ends. I don't even talk about Cover Drive Cricket Club bowling, because when you see Harry scoring 29 in in 9 runs in 9 balls, you know the story ends there. Even then, I'll mention about Santur Rathod, who bowled 2 overs, gave away 8 runs for 1 wicket. Yeah, but yeah, overall great win for Stars. They did what they're supposed to do. Cover Drive Cricket Club, and probably they have a lot of work to do. I, I I would like to end it here. Otherwise, I'll end up talking a lot about Cover Drive Cricket Club. And so, Imti, you want to add anything to this?
Not really. Couple of points, maybe. Cover Drive Cricket Club. So Stars showed up late to the game, so they had to give up the toss and or else we were planning to at least get some batting practice if he had won the toss, bat first, but that did not happen. I think Cover Drive Cricket Club, they have some good players. They started off well. The first half of their batting was decent. They lost 4 wickets, scored 30 plus runs, and they were looking for a long run, like playing the 25 overs. But suddenly, losing wickets in the second half, and they fell all out at 48. Santur Rathod, special mention. He's a very good player. Again, the little of what I've seen him, I think he will be a big name if he continues to play regularly here in DCL.
Okay. See, I'd say I want to correct something here. Everybody is thinking that I said Hari Parankusham scored 29 in 9 balls. No.
No, no.
It's he's Hari Krishnan. So
It's Chris.
I'm very, very sorry. I said Hari in both cases. So
Right.
it's not Hari Parankusham. Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe that was another good thing for our team. So we're really wanting Hari Muralidharan to
Yes,
strike
yes.
form. So hopefully this gives him confidence going into the next games, and that was really one thing, one big positive that we'll take out of this game.
Okay. Just, I mean, I see, I always call Hari Parankisham as senior citizen. So I talked about him and Vijay Mata opening, So that's where the flavor of game, everybody can understand when two senior citizens open the innings. Okay. I'm just kidding here. Okay. The next game is, I see everybody predicted, I think, Motor City to win this one last week, if I'm right. Am I correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
I definitely rooted for Motor City.
Motor City, and I'm damn sure Dinesh
I did.
rooted for
I did.
Motor City.
Yes.
Yeah, say I have a pulse for Dinesh. I know who he going to predict. I can easily say that one. But
Oh,
anyways, okay, Cheetah scored 19 runs, and uh, um, which I felt good bowling by Mota City. 119 is chaseable, is what I always thought for a team with some experience like Mota City has. Um, but somehow they could not do it, and they could only score 71 runs, and losing by 48 runs says that uh, you know Motor City has a lot of work to do. Okay, let's get into the game details. Cheetahs batted first, and their top, I mean, at least top um, uh, 3 4 really played really well. Venkateslu Venkat Gothi scored 22. He played very long innings, very nice innings, which is what DCL requires. Playing in DCL requires. And Rupendra 23, Lakshmi 16, and then Nikhil 15. Okay, and in the bowling front, so as I said, I always feel that score 119 is a par score, with the exception of here and there remaining all bowled well, is what I thought. There are one or two guys who ended up giving little more, especially Arvind. Six. If you are a strike bowler, you shouldn't be giving six. Little less is what I expected. Um, and Motor City chasing it. Uh, I don't see any significant contribution apart from Puneet and Shiva. Puneet ended up scoring 24, and Shiva 10 runs. And at the end, Sujay tried a little bit, 13 runs. Apart from that, remaining all are in single digit. So it's probably they lost this game with the first 4 wickets, and there were 2 runouts in that one. That's where again, when you give free runs, free wickets to opponent when you're chasing 100 plus runs, you know you're making it easy on the bowlers. And Nikhil is the pick of the bowler, in my opinion. Yeah, because he took 3 wickets in 4 overs. And Durga DP also bowled really well, 4 overs. He gave just 10 runs away and took 2 wickets. Remaining all pretty much contributed very well. And that's about this team. Congratulations to Cheetahs, and you definitely did uh, 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 I, can I say proud of our analysts. They must rethink about their analysis capability, prediction capabilities. Okay. Uh,
You'll see our resignations soon, Jagan.
okay. The next game, Hitman scored 137 and local boys chased. The chase was really well. I liked this game, and though local boys lost by 24 runs, but you know they really you know tried their level best to chase this one. I mean, a chase should, in my opinion, it should be like this. The only issue that I see out of this game is, some of their stars didn't bowl well. Satya Kompella giving out close to 9 runs, and Senthil giving out 9 runs per over, and you know, out of which nearly 10 extras. And see, total extras they have given out is 15, and 10. There's 10, yeah, 10 extras given by their captain there. But so that is the biggest issue there. Um, but apart when I closely look into the details of the batting details, and uh, M- uh, Mahfouz, he scored 42 and in 40 balls, and he's also performed well with the ball, and he's the difference between win and loss for especially in this game, because he scored 42 runs. On top of it, um, what he did was he took um, around four wi- no
Five
five
wickets.
wickets. 5 wickets, he took 4 wickets for 5 wickets. So that is, anytime if you have a player like that, you can easily confidently say that we are going to win that one. And another bowler who did very well is uh, Aditya did very well. He took 4 wickets on the bowling side. Um, okay. When uh, I'll go little more details into this game. Mahfouz scored 42 and Syed scored 38, who also contributed really well. And I think this is the second game I'm observing these two guys really contributing well. Um, so stars in making, and Iman scored 10 runs, which was good. Chetan 10, nice contributions from these two. On the bowling front, as I said, their stars, two of their stars, Satya Kompella is wicket taker, ended up giving 9 runs, and Sendil, in my opinion, is another wicket taker for them. That's where things went wrong for them. And Srinivasan Elumulai, and what a star he is. He took 3 wickets in 5 overs. Arun took 2 wickets. Kalyan, a good performance, 2 wickets. Uh, if you take out those two bowlers, they really bowl well. But if they correct, definitely, this is a game for them to win. On the batting front, local boys, Srinivasan started really, really well. Very aggressive, 28 runs in 16 balls, and I mean, he set a platform, in my opinion. Even though the first, the other opener and Kalyan didn't do much, Sendil played really well, and Satya Kompella played well. And this is what I thought. Uh, they should have opened with Sheikh, is what I felt, because he can play long innings based on my observation. Dinesh can add to that.
Yes.
Um, had he played that long innings, you know, they would have had some chance to come little more closer than 24 runs. And that's where I end this game. Do you want to add anything there about my comment, Dinesh?
Yeah, I think the big thing, not just for local boys, I think with what I've seen over the years, especially the if you can divide DCL, the more experienced teams, right? So I've literally been playing with the bottom half of DCL, if you will, and the top half. So the lower half, I feel that ending an innings is always an issue from a batting point of view, right? A lot of people are not comfortable playing the last 5-10 overs with wicket falling around them. So some people can't do it. So that's why I think someone like a Sheikh probably is not your lower order batter. So going up with Srini would be a good combination, is my front, having played along with them over the years.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I saw him closely in a couple of
Mhm.
games.
Yep.
He's considerably good batter for DCL. Okay, the next game of the night for me is Gujarat Lions versus SSK, and I was expecting little competition here because um, uh, um, I thought SSK, they are geared up for this match, but somehow
Mhm.
they disappointed me. Gujarat Lions batting first. They scored 116. As I said earlier, 116 is always chaseable, is what I always felt. And I mean, when I say that one, I'm not. When you're chasing 100 plus, it has to be a teamwork from top to bottom. So everybody has to come contribute at least 10 runs. And I mean, when I say that, you don't have to you don't need any miracle to happen to chase 116. So that's what I meant. Okay, Maulik Patel started very well, played long innings, which is against his style. Okay, he scored 21 runs, and Tarun 11, Ronak Patel 11, and Shivam Jadeja 24, um, and done with Patel 12. And with that, that's they reached up to 116. Remaining, there are Roni Patel's 9 runs in 3 balls is amazing. Um, Kalyan took 2 wickets. Manjunada took 2 wickets. I actually like Manjunada bowling. Um, Lingappan also bowled and he took 1 wicket. And Kishore, Kishore in 4 overs, 15 runs and 2 wickets. And so I, I felt this bowling is okay because 116 is always chaseable. And I mean, I'm repeating that one. Sorry, but uh, and the chase, if you look at the chase, there is only one guy who scored 33, remaining all are single digits, and probably 4 ducks there, 4 or 5 ducks, and the next highest is 15, and that shows, you know, that closes everything. If only one guy is playing out of 11, and especially, uh, uh, with my statement, like, it has to be a teamwork when you're chasing 100 runs, and I don't see a team here. So 62 is definitely a good score when 9 people are in single digits and only one guy scoring. Okay, 15 or extra, let's say next best. But the polling on the bowling side, I liked Tarun, who ended up giving just 1.25 runs per over in his 4 overs, and he took 2 wickets. And Harsh Patel also bowled really well. Ronak, as usual, 3 overs, 9 runs, 2 wickets. And overall, it's a good win for Gujarat Lions because they have been struggling for the past 2 weeks. So, with that, I'll conclude my games. And before we go to Buzz Game of the B, let me welcome VeeJay. Welcome to the show, VeeJay.
Thank you, guys. Sorry, got a little late and then got locked out of the house.
Very good.
Yeah, very good. My
Very-
kid, I usually don't lock my car, so my keys for the garage are in the car. But my kid, who's 5 years now, is very curious. He wants to lock the car, make sure everything is safe in the house.
Now
So,
tell us the real story.
what really
I'm just kidding. Okay, Dinesh.
Oh, okay. So Legends versus Folkries, that's my second bus game, right? So now I just spoke about probably the best middle order game. That was my previous bus game. But this one is like, if you look at the Legends batting card more from a partnership front, is like they did not have a single partnership, which was zero. So all of them contributed throughout some. So that was good to see. To get to 91, Prashant with 10 out of 19, Ravi Tej 13 out of 22, and in the middle, Sampath 14 out of 23, and Gurunaga 20 out of 34. So all of them contributed with 9 extras to get to 91 in 25 overs. So good, probably slightly below par considering Pokris, but they would have been okay-ish. I think they wouldn't be too disappointed going into the second half. Considering that Pokri's batting has been slightly jittery with what we've seen. So, uh, from a bowling front, I think the chief destructor is Vignesh. Vicky ended up picking 4 wickets for 20 runs. With that, he becomes the highest or joint highest wicket taker with 16 wickets so far in the season, with 2 5-wicket hauls and 1 4-wicket haul in this game. So congrats to Vicky, is contributing really well with the bowling. So this guy. Our man was talking about, VeeJay was talking about how the bowling front, Ranjit has been trying a few different things. So this game he opened along with Ravi Nalla, the bowling, Ravi picking up 2 and the rest of the guys picking up a wicket each. So going into the chase, Pokeries did start off really well with Vicky and Saranraj putting up 26, then Saranraj and Prasanna putting up 16, where the opening or the top 2 partnerships there, then Raghu and Neil in the middle putting up 31. So good contributions from the top 2, and in the middle from Raghu and Neil. I think again VeeJay was talking about Raghu not batting up the order, probably some tips received from our analyst, and Pokeries followed that to get to a pretty decent position. So the key part from a bowling front, I'm thinking if we have to really nitpick, is probably that over from Satish might have cost the Legends, if I'm nitpicking there. But the rest of them went for less than 7 or close to about that 4.2 mark. And probably that over, if you think about hindsight, is like if the match was won with 3 balls to spare. So those 7 runs becomes crucial, I believe. And someone like Prashant not having bowled, I've seen him open the bowling, always bemuses me when people playing across the T-ball in various other teams and across various different tournaments, if they can open a bowling in some team, not getting a ball might be something which Satish can take note of.
I think one other
Uh-huh.
thing that I want to touch base, Dinesh, is we knew that Legends has this actually skill of batting, right? I mean, we've been
Mhm.
seeing this, or I think they are trying different combinations, but somehow they lost 5 wickets by the break,
Mhm.
right? So and for 36 for 5, and then they managed to get to 90, which is pretty good. But like every time a team loses, comes into the dugout, you know we've been there, and your half of the side is down. Now the rest of the people have to play that slow innings.
Yep.
So I think that's always the trick with captains, right? Do I go and use my players who play freely and play with intent, so that I get early runs, and then gradually I can still drag the game to go to 90. But I think against good teams, we are clearly seeing that it's impossible. If we are scoring 90, then the batting second always has a added advantage, that they don't need to score as fast as they should,
Yep.
right? So I think that first 12 overs really sets up the momentum, whether you're chasing or whether you're batting first. So
Yep.
if you look at the contrast, that's what Pokeris did. They batted slowly, and they didn't give up so many wickets by 12 overs. So they lost only 5 wickets in their 22nd over.
Yep.
So which tells that it gives an advantage, but having your half a side within the 12 overs against good bowling teams, it always puts a lot of pressure on the lower down batsmen. Now who don't have, like Guru Naga, right? He's a free flowing batsman. He can come in and change the game at any time, but he played slowly this game, right? Which is pretty
Mhm.
good for a batsman. But again, he didn't play his
That's
natural shots, I'm assuming,
Yep.
for his 20.
Yep.
That's what I saw here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Great points. Appreciate it. So, I mean, the chase got pretty interesting towards the end. They just needed 12 of 3 overs. Then they lost in the 23rd over. They lost Neil and a couple of wickets in the 24th over. Then needing 7 runs in the last over was pressure situation. And Gautam hitting that 6 of the third ball settled the scores for a good Pokeries win. Hard fought.
What a way to bring the six from their previous team
Oh,
against their previous team. They should
I
have
did.
you never hit that 6 in our lineup.
Fun stuff there. So yeah, that those are all the equations there, right? So yeah, hard fought win for Pokris. Congrats, and they are in a good standing position right now. So congrats to Pokris.
Okay. Let's quickly jump into Pool C. We are at 9:55. So
Yeah,
hopefully we'll
I'll
finish
I'll finish
everything
fast.
by
Games
uh
are
yeah,
pretty easy.
10:15. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So for my first game is SLCC Guardians versus FCC. Again, we know Guardians has very good bowling attack. We played them, but again, their batting is their again an issue. They know that. I mean, Satish knows it. Uh, Sai Pratap knows it. So I think this game, I don't see anybody scoring much. Raj Segal, he scored 40 against us. Now he got run out. So obviously it tells that the SLCC Guardians are quicker than Dynamite. So um, so um, so again, so I think 39. It's never a good good total to chase. Good total batting first, and again, not much combinations, not much things to analyze here because everybody couldn't score much against FCC. And from the FCC point of view, they bowled only 8 extras, a pretty tight line. They bowled only five bowlers, and everybody stuck to the game plan. Teju Kumar being an exception to taking 4 wickets, but then I mean, good bowling again from FCC. And FCC, they kind of again, it was a similar pattern. They were losing regular wickets. If you look at it, I mean, they were for 18 for 4 at one point, and chasing 39, and somehow Vinay was able to come and rescue them by going on playing his shots and not going defensive, because they have pretty solid bowling from SLCC Guardian. But again, 39 was never enough score. They won it easily. I mean, I won't say easily, but they won it comfortably. um, uh, done easily. So again, very one-sided game at the end. Long way to go for Guardians with regards to amping up their batting power, because they know they have their bowling. They just need to fix their batting. So in this league to survive, that's a key thing. So quickly jumping on to the next game, I was witnessing this game because they were Spartans and GLCC, and it was a fun game going on. Uh, because this was kind of a scary game for GLCC, because I knew Spartans put on 57 and GLCC were chasing, but then there were too many appeals and then too many celebrations, and then I was just peeping over the fence, and I saw Spartans were like all over GLCC at one point. Until Abhishek came in, he just came from India last week, and he somehow was able to play that knock and rescue GLCC again.
He
So
was sleeping.
yeah,
Sleeping on the field. So he
yeah.
was able to hit.
Oh, seriously.
So again, I think he played that innings, slow innings, but I think Spartans had a couple of good slow bowlers and spinners that GLCC were giving away their wickets. If you look at that, there were that Vishnu Das, I guess he was bowling very, very good. I saw him bowl, and again, Abhishek Singh, he's one of the leading wicket takers in DCL. If I'm not wrong, he has 15 wickets. So watch out for him. Again, I should watch out for him because my next game is against them. Um, and 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 50 59 chasing, and GLCC were kind of in a hurry to go home or trying to finish the game, but they lost regular wickets. They were 4 for 12 at one point, and then somehow they Ajit and Abhishek and everybody pulled the team together, and finally they were able to. Tejas was able to bat till the end. Tejas and Prabhu Mahadeva, they were able to get it done. But I think it's a scary thing for DLCC for chasing 57. But again, win is a win. I think take the good lessons from this and try to implement it and come better next game. All right. Next game, I don't even have to see the scorecard. It's Dynamites versus Sterling Strikers. Again, we team we again 5 wickets by 10th over, and somehow Avinash and myself was able to stick there until the 22nd over, uh, and then after that our tail fell off. I mean, we didn't have many players. A lot of them were traveling, and this is the problem with summer. So somehow, I mean, we were able to get 90 runs on the board, which I thought is pretty decent. But again, we couldn't get the line right from the first few overs. I saw our bowlers didn't have a bite. We were just bowling leg side. We never bowled one ball beaten for either, and we dropped one of the toughest catches. But again, those are the opportunities that we need to take. We dropped him, and he killed us. So again, there was clean hitting, and I really appreciated Haider after the game. He played very well in the game. Again, 71 runs, and I mean, at one point he just went and hit everything. We didn't have an answer, so I think bad game for your Dynamites, and hopefully we can come back stronger uh, uh, on Saturday and try to win the next game.
You missed the Stingers versus Detroit Bulls.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was a buzz game. Okay, one
The
second.
first game is Marvels versus Dark Horses.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let me do that. Then you can come to this. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Dark Horses versus Marvels. I think all of us went for Dark Horses, or at least a mixed between Dark Horses and Marvels. But Dark Horses batted first. Pankaj did not contribute in this game. The only decent contribution was from Srikanth with 15, but that was not the highest score. The highest score was 21 from the extras from Marvels there. So the only partnership was Srikanth and Rahul. They ended up with 34 runs partnership, getting them to 60. They were all out in 23 overs. Great bowling from Sultan, 5 wickets for 7 runs in 4.1 overs, along with Jagan, captain bowling like 2 wickets for 15 runs. So everyone pretty confident trying to chase this score, and there was a good enough partnership right at the top. First 3 wickets, 8, 11, 11, and then 8. And then with Ketan 20 from 31 and a little bit of contribution down the order from Arun and then Jagan himself and Avinash and Lenin, all of them contributing to get to 61. Comfortable, I would say a comfortable win, but not a confidence win. But this is their first win of the season, so congrats to Marvels. From a bowling front, again, Pankaj Watts picked up 2 wickets, but Mohammad Nabi was the chief destructor from bowling front here. 4 wickets from 22 for 22 runs. I mean, slightly high economy rate, but still good contribution from Mohammad Nabi. So a good win for Marvels. Congratulations on their first win.
Okay.
VeeJay.
Yeah, the Bulls versus Stingers. And for some reason, I don't see my friend Jagan not Velusamy not playing this game. So maybe they missed Jagan in that bowling department because their bowling department gave 20 wides. And considering giving 20 wides and getting Bulls all out, the high flying Bulls all out for 85 was pretty decent in my opinion. Otherwise, their score was 65. They don't give that extra, so which is pretty good score to chase for what Stingers batting is concerned. But 85 was always a tricky score for Stingers because they lacked that batting effort. They needed somebody to stay in and uh, you know just 3 runs per over from a bigger standpoint of view. But again, hitting the 3 runs per over from a very good bowling lineup of Bulls was a trickier thing. But so they lost regular wickets, 7 runs for 4. I mean, 4 wickets for 7 runs. And then there was at 24 there was 4 wickets again. that fell uh, from 24 to 27, five wickets. So 5 wickets for 3 runs. And the last wicket partnership was 17 runs for Stingers. So again, they just tried their level best, but again they needed somebody to you know go and play their shots. But unfortunately, they were too defensive, and when you go too defensive in this league, anyways you're going to lose the wicket. So either go and play your shot and lose your wicket rather than playing so many balls and losing your wicket. But again, good win for Bulls. Bulls are all leading. I don't think they lost any game yet. I think so. In maybe not. Jagan, you know that?
What Bulls? What was the question?
Are they unbeaten yet?
Bulls, yeah, unbeaten.
Yes, Bulls and Detroit Titans are unbeaten.
Wow. Okay. So that's a pretty good thing for Bulls. What they accomplished. They lost some players, but again they added players, and they are in a healthy position to make the playoffs for this year.
Yes. Okay. With that, can we quickly go into predictions? We have only 9 games next week. Okay. The first game of the night is KRCC versus Rising Stars. KRCC all the way. Any objections? I hope not.
Nope.
Okay. The next one is MCC Miles versus Red Devils. I'll start with Imti.
Sorry, can you repeat the game? Which one is this?
MCC Miles versus Red Devils.
This
Oh,
would be a
this would
game
be
of
a
the week. Isn't it?
cracker of a game. Yes. Again, both teams coming. I think MCC Miles won last week, and Red Devils lost their game. Red Devils are in good form. Last 2 games they have lost, so this is a good opportunity for them to prove. And I think win here will give Red Devils a good boost. Assuming both teams will come with their full strength, I will give this to MCC Miles.
MCC Miles. Okay. Dinesh.
Whoa. Okay. This one I am giving for Red Devils,
Red
hoping
Devils.
to.
I know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have asked. I should have said Red Devils.
Okay.
Somehow I can read your mind.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh God.
Okay.
Okay.
Red Devils. Okay. VeeJay.
Yeah, this is going to be a cracker of a game. Both
Mhm.
are very strong powerhouses. Again, it's just which team shows up on the field. So if they both come with equal strength, it will be a good game. I'm slightly yielded towards Red Devils just because of their depth. But if they don't have a couple of good players and Miles bring it, it's Miles' game. So it's 51% Red Devils, 49 Miles. So
Okay. So at this time, Miles is 2-1. But this is what I'll tell you. If Red Devils bat first, and if they score, I mean, in the range of what Dinesh said, 80 to 100, they'll win it. Okay. MCC Miles chasing 100 runs, they need a miracle. Like, so it is, that's what
Yeah.
yeah,
my observation is. Okay. The
Agree.
next game is MI Rangers versus Phantoms, and this is going to be interesting with the way Phantoms played last week. um, you know if not for last week, I would have asked MI Rangers all the way, but somehow I want to go around the table now. Imti.
Yeah, it's both ways, right? So MI Rangers also pulled off a very good game
Hmm.
against Red Devils, so they are high on confidence. And on the other hand, the Phantoms, even though they lost the game, they are also high on confidence, owing to that good performance, batting second, right, in that chase. But I think overall, I would give it to MI Rangers just based on the experience, and I think they are getting to that good form, so they're hitting that form. So hopefully, MI Rangers for me.
Okay. Dinesh.
MI Rangers.
Vijay.
yeah, I think it's MI Rangers. Both teams have won one game so far. So it's again, whoever plays well. Phantoms, if they continue the form of last game, they can give a good competition. But I think I'll give it to MI Rangers.
So it's MI Rangers 3-0. Hope our friend is listening, and he will prove us wrong,
Mhm.
just like Mavericks. Okay. Everybody predicted Dark Horses to win, but
Oh, Marvels. Marvels.
Yeah, Marvels. I always say Mavericks. I don't know why. So call it on age. Okay, the next one is Stars versus Gladiators.
Maybe that's the bar that's in Canton, Jagan, that you know, Mavericks.
Hmm?
Mavericks bar. Mavericks
No,
bar. World of beer became Mavericks now. So
Mavericks. No, yeah. Yeah, and the next one is Stars versus Gladiators. Oh, it's going to be a cracker of a game, and everybody will be watching this game next week. I'll skip Imti here, and I'll straight away go to Dinesh.
Stars.
Stars. Vijay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Stars mainly because of their new additions and hoping Imti is going to bring everybody to this key matchup. So yeah, for Stars for me.
Yeah, so let me ask some simple question here.
Yeah.
Imti, is your senior citizen playing or not? Uh,
So we have so many senior citizens. Which one are you talking about?
I know who's Jagan is talking. Jagan, close friend.
No, in his analysis he mentioned two people. So I
Two.
don't know which one he's asking
Oh,
about.
two.
So
Okay.
Okay, let me
We'll
ask
leave it
both.
like that.
Both senior citizens. Who opened last week? Are they playing?
uh,
I
I
don't
don't know
want to
about
get
both,
into
but
it.
no, one is for sure playing again. Like Hari Parangsham will always play. That
Hmm,
is a given. So yeah, that much
okay.
I can answer. So
So unfortunately, Gladiators, they don't have Viju in their team. Okay, even though he's the owner. So I'll give slight advantage to Gladiators here.
okay.
you know.
But I was
So,
surprised. Dinesh did not even take a second predicting. So
No,
I'm very
see,
curious.
I'll tell you why, right? So I think their batting is still a suspect from Glad's against Stars bowling. So I went with Stars to win this one.
Cool. That's a nice observation. Yeah. Let's see what happens next year. But let me tell you this one. The pressure is going to be very high for this game and for the
Mhm.
both the teams. That's what I'm thinking. And because a lot of eyes will be closely watching these two teams. If- So before the break, it is going to be a very good entertainment. And the next game of the night is Hitman versus Pokeris. Um, Pokeris should take this one based on their experience, is what I'm guessing. Any objections there?
No objection, but I think Hitman is in a good form. I think
Capable.
it will
Yeah.
be a close game, is what I'm thinking. It won't be run away for Pokies for sure.
You see, the problem with Hitman is one game they look everybody. They'll
Yes,
they'll play like superstars, and suddenly in the very next game they play like another newbie in the league.
yeah, I
So
think consistency is the key for
yeah,
Hitmen to climb amongst the ranks. I think they need to play consistently against good teams. They're performing well against the newer teams, but I think the seasoned teams is where they need to prove their mettle. So
yeah, yeah.
so
Then
yeah.
yeah,
So I think for Hitman, unfortunately, I mean, they are going to play all good games. Like they are going to play Pokeri Stars, Agni, Lions, Legends.
Mhm.
hmm.
So it's all lined up. So this is the core of the Pool B that they're going to face.
So basically, for them, the playoff starts from this week. Then
Yep.
Pretty much.
okay, yeah. So the next game is SLCC Legends versus Motor City. I think Legends should win this one, is what I'm guessing, as long as they are not chasing. Okay. Both these teams are very weak
Yes.
chasers, is what I'm guessing. Okay. Any objections there?
No.
No.
no objections. Legend should take it.
Okay. So Dynamites versus Spartans. I'm guessing Dynamite should take this one. Any objections?
Please subject.
No objections, but very key game for Dynamites. Need to
Yeah.
get those 5 valuable points so that you can cement your place for the playoffs. So
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Some
The,
hard decisions on selection from the captain should help Dynamites win.
so the
Yep.
next one is GLCC versus SLCC Guardians. I'm thinking GLCC all the way, just to make Imti happy. Okay. Any objections there?
No.
are you playing this week?
I'm out of town. I'll be in Rochester, New York.
Um,
Ah.
I was there, Jagan. I worked there for 1.5 years, so very
Oh,
nice
okay.
place.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
But
The
again,
next.
one of the things for GLCC to watch for is again Guardian have good bowling.
Hmm.
That's one of the things. So again, I think putting a good score, batting first is always good thing, and getting them out quicker, and don't let Raj Sehgal score.
Yeah, I think the only key is Guardian should chase no matter what. If they win the toss, they should bowl first. Is my prediction.
Correct. Yeah, I agree on that. The next game is FCC versus Marvels. I don't know. FCC is not
Yeah, the
playing to my expectations. So, Imti, your thoughts?
No, it will be FCC. I think they have played good so far. They played 6 games, won four. I think no matter what, wins is always good for your confidence. So I think FCC will take this for sure.
Dinesh?
Yeah, FCC will take it. I think the batting is the problem. They just have to go express themselves. That's the only way you're going to hit form for
Yeah.
FC.
So that express part is missing.
Yep,
Especially, see, another observation is FCC is very poor in chasing. That's what I felt.
true, true.
Okay.
True. I
Yeah.
think they're getting into the shell. I think they just have to trust this. Like Pradeep showed them the game. I umpired Pradeep. Your friend Pradeep showed them how to bat. Right. Just hanging around is like not going to help.
Oh, wow. What a compliment to Pradeep.
Sure. Yeah. If not for him, they would
I
have.
hope. I
Yeah.
hope he's listening.
Yeah. I told him that it's like against dark horses, they were in a lot of trouble. If not for Pradeep, it would have been a disaster.
Okay. Okay. VeeJay.
Yeah, I'll take mainly GLCC mainly. They
LCC.
FCC.
sorry
FCC.
FCC,
Yeah.
FCC sorry FCC. Yeah.
Okay. With that, we have covered all the games, and after that, after this week, we will get a break. So, good luck to all teams, and with that, we will conclude tonight's show. Good night.
Good night,
Night,
guys.
everyone.